Well, stupid, are you ready?
Okay, Smokey, roll 'em. That's silly. Shoot him now! Shoot him now!
I gotcha. Well, stupid, are you ready?
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to That's Not Quite All, folks, a Looney Tunes podcast live stream.
After dark.
After Dark Edition. I am your host, Mark Hallam, joined by...
And I'm Jordan Schmidt, and we hope the freeways were clear for all of you guys, because they nearly weren't for all of us.
Woo! Boy, you...
Boy, are Mark's arms tired.
God, I ran like lightning to get here, and my
yes.
feet, I ran so fast, Jordan, that I could probably be the Flash.
Oh, very nice, but not the Flash. Not the Flash in terms of the Shockwave Flash tech software. I'm sorry, it's too late. My jokes are not refined.
No, these are pretty crappy. All right. So first thing we're going to do is going to have this thing actually look good. All right. And we're just going to delete all of this. I'll just make a new one. How about that? And notice that you can't see our avatars at all, so we're just going to improve that just a little bit.
We're doing that now because we didn't have like a good 10 minutes or so to
have the time.
There
we go. There we go.
Okay.
Look at that. You can see our little icons. That's actually me, and Jordan is a imposter.
That is a Ukrainian polka band lead singer.
Sure it
who
is.
looks exactly like me.
Sure it is.
Yeah, no, my friend Mick found it, and he's like, dude, this is just you. And I'm like, well, I am part Ukrainian, so it might be.
All right.
So, but yeah, it's a good approximation of what I look like. Then again, y'all probably know what I look like at this point. I'm not shy about it.
No, you're not. Okay, so typical live stream stuff. How are we coming in? Are we coming in good? Do we sound?
Yeah.
Do you sound all right? We did a test of this a couple of days ago, but just
yeah, and it seemed to work out pretty well.
Yeah, it did actually.
Yeah.
So just tell us if it's all sounding good.
Yeah, exactly. And the way it works is that the messages have like a 30-second or so lag. And so if there's something that comes in, if we don't answer immediately, it's because the technology is a little behind us and vice versa sometimes. So like, if y'all are in there hollering, saying, we can't hear you, or hollering questions, we'll get there. There's just, the YouTube stuff is imperfect. But then again, YouTube is imperfect. So that's a whole thing.
It never is.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, yeah.
Okay, now they know. Okay.
Good. I figured that was important.
Yes, it's very important that the people on the Twitter know that we are indeed alive.
Yeah, and if you're watching this after the fact, hi. Hello from the past. As I say this right now, the Buccaneers are still in playoff contention. They probably won't be for long.
All right. So
we actually have a lot of different. Yeah, no, sorry, you go.
No, it's all right. So we have a lot of different fun ideas planned for tonight. Fun fact, by the way, I know it sounds strange. We're like, oh, we're taking a break this week, and now we're doing a live stream of our show on the day an episode would come out.
On Martin Luther King Day.
On Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This one's done on purpose. We were going to have this a little bit later in the week, but scheduling, so... Yeah, so it turns out you guys
tonight was almost lost, so we got it in.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Boy.
We're also doing this to make sure that, like, because we're probably going to be doing, like, occasional live streams like this for our Patreon patrons.
Yes.
And we are doing this for everybody this week as a little extra incentive to, join our Patreon and get in with all the good stuff that we're also doing that we're not just giving everybody.
Yes.
Because we do things on here that we don't do on our regular podcasts, like take awkward pauses.
Yes. We love awkward pauses. They're the best.
Yes, we do. It's our bread and butter. But yeah, no, this is an extra incentive. Yeah, there's an extra incentive to, get to see us talking in the moment about random topics that are striking while the iron is hot, and that may not be like the ones that we file away and edit and keep for like 3 or 4 weeks in advance when episodes come out. So it's your chance to basically, get to see us in the moment, unprotected. And
wait. So Shacho just called this "That's Not Quite Old Folks" raw.
Raw and uncut, yes. Which is ironic for a number of reasons. Which is a joke that would be cut out if this was an edited version.
Yes, indeed.
So I apologize to anyone who lives in the South. Just in general, because you live there. I'm kidding. There's people who listen to this that are from Louisiana, so apologies to those of us who live down there. But where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, but yeah, no, these are the
some fun things
thoughts.
we have planned.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun things planned, and we plan on doing these occasionally so that we can talk about topical things rather than talking about topical things and then waiting 4 weeks until they're no longer topical, which is why we haven't mentioned the HBO Max Looney Tunes them taking old shorts off, because we're pissed about it still.
And we'll go more into detail on that in a little bit, because we actually do have like a format and a table of contents to follow. So shall we go into our first subtopic? Shall we go into it, Jordan? All right. Sure. So the first thing,
I'm not on the link, so you're gonna have to tell them to me as well.
All right. So the first thing we're gonna cover here. Oh, and watch this. Watch the transition between the title screen and the topic. Watch this.
I can't.
No, I can't. It transitioned. It looked so cool. Seamless.
Oh,
it took me like 3 seconds to make. Yeah, so the first topic we're going to discuss. First topic we're going to discuss here is WB's 100th anniversary. And how
that's an important thing.
Yes. And how they're kind of already fucking it up.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. On one hand, we all have respect for Warner Brothers as a company for what they've done for this brand, for the Looney Tunes in general. We like what they've done. We like what they've done just as a movie studio, just with a lot of their other ideas. We like how they've been curating a lot of things to this point. But we have this 100th anniversary where the company is trying to hawk a lot of its great titles over the last 100 years of its existence, while also sort of shuttering a lot of methods of keeping a lot of those titles alive. And it's really a mixed message to consumers who, trust Warner Brothers to, keep making Looney Tunes content or keep making DC movies, that, they're being so they're championing these causes and then not doing anything with them, or shutting down projects, or not doing what people want. And it's a really weird point to be in, I think.
Yeah, it is, because on one hand, it's this thing where, like, if you wanted to be like anti-WB, like, to go against WB, I'm not gonna buy a single thing that Warner Brothers does for their 100th anniversary.
That's tough.
That is tough. It's tough for us because we do a Looney Tunes show. It's tough for the public at large, because there's a lot of things that WB either owns or help create that people still want to enjoy and partake in.
Yeah, you can't just not see Batman movies. Like, they're Batman movies. They're great. So
Yes.
yeah.
So
But
what
yeah,
we
no, I
have
mean, a
here...
lot of the. All right, go.
No. By all means.
Well, I was about to peter out. You go.
All right. So what we have here, because again, we didn't talk about this when it became live, but we think this would be kind of a fun thing to go over. Is Warner Brothers kind of their plan for their 100th anniversary? What through their departments in home media and toys and releasing movies, what their plan is to celebrate this big 100th episode milestone, or 100th year milestone, excuse me.
Yeah. Now, and you probably have the list up, Mark, but knowing what Warner Brothers has already done in the first 16 days of 2023, and knowing what the current discourse is as we record this, does Velma count as a 100th anniversary big birthday bash property for them?
That would be embarrassing.
It would be embarrassing because I don't think anybody likes it.
No, man. It really says something about Velma when, like, people are talking about, like, Be Cool Scooby-Doo and going, actually, maybe that one wasn't so bad. It's like,
yeah.
They're going to, like, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo get a clue. Actually, maybe that has some merit.
Yeah, James Gunn, were doing a lot right with your movies.
I mean, that just goes without saying.
You're off the hook. But anyway, sorry.
Scoob got off the hook the second WB Discovery was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
They took it out back.
Yeah, no, what are some of the ones that you have listed there?
Yeah, so essentially, like their plans. And the first bullet point they have here is programming. What is WB planning to create for their 100th year? And among the programming that they have highlighted here is a 3-part documentary on the history of Warner Brothers from their WB Unscripted Television department, which will debut on HBO Max. If it lasts
Weren't they
long.
just cutting a lot of HBO Max specific products last year? And now they're like, well, this is going to be straight to HBO Max, and it's going to be the history of the company, and it's going to end abruptly in 2016.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of funny when they release this documentary. It's like, yes, all these, all the Looney Tunes, these classic cartoon characters. Can I watch them on the service?
No.
No.
Why would you want to do that?
No. Well, why would you want the convenience of watching a documentary on a streaming service and then immediately going to watch that thing on the streaming service?
No. What kind of monster do you think we are? Another 100-year company that's celebrating its anniversary this year? Philistines. Yeah. I'm reading some of the other things they have on programming because they have like marathons and special episodes across Warner Brothers Discovery's 40+ domestic networks and international channels. Like, that's a serve. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna put on a lot of our stuff. So hope you've enjoyed the non-existent marathons on Warner stations the past several years, because there's gonna be more.
Dude, it's gonna be so weird when like you just watching the CW. We're prepping to watch Whose Line Is It Anyway, and this is a commercial for like, hey, we're gonna do a marathon of every episode of I don't know.
Vampire Slayer.
Yes, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, hold on. Wasn't the Drew Carey show made by WB though?
I think it was.
It was.
And I think it was
ABC.
ported over to ABC.
Yeah. So if WB wins,
Whose
they could
Line
be
was
like,
too. So yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Whose Line's anyway is considered WB property.
Yeah.
Let's see what else
But
they have
yeah.
here.
Okay. Stuff on Extra.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
hooray! Mario
All right.
Lopez. He'll save him.
Yeah. A year-long focus on classic WB films on Turner Classic Movies.
That
Yeah,
was
that
good.
was. Yeah, I mean, they sort of do that anyway. Partnerships with various community organizations to help recruit and identify filmmakers to be part of a short film project, paying homage to some of Warner Brothers' most iconic film.
Oh, blow me.
Yeah, great. Just
Come
make new
on.
shit. And Centennial branding, branding events. The connecting that. Okay, I'll put 100 on a bunch of shit. Okay, great. Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, I mean, who just buys stuff that just has a WB 100 on it and go, ooh, I'm gonna buy that?
Yeah, it doesn't make it. I mean, look, they are trying, and this is in the next sort of bullet point,
Yeah.
but they are trying to do like special edition, like DVD and Blu-ray and 4K things with titles that are classics over the course of the 100-year run. And that, I mean, if it's a good enough edition that adds new stuff, then fine. But like, if it's just something that has a 100 logo on it, or if nobody's gonna buy like T-shirts that say, Warner Brothers 100 on it. Like, you're stretching it a little.
Yeah, so one of the big things they're promoting is they're gonna release a dozen remastered titles available for the first time in 4K Ultra HD. And what I find funny is that, of course, it's only a dozen. They don't have money.
Yeah. They do more, but God forbid any of the movies that are confined to the archive collection with their bare bones transfers and their bare bones special features. God forbid any of those need like really souped up editions. People are clamoring for those. No, we're gonna do ones we know people will buy that have already had special editions, and that might work.
One of the ones they list here is the Superman 5 film collection, which okay.
We've already had that in several formats.
I own that.
Who really needs Superman 3 in 4K though?
You know who does? You know who? People who can make future Richard Pryor documentaries, because now they have a very high quality print of Richard
was when
Pryor.
It all went wrong.
Oh man.
He couldn't be in Blazing Saddles. He couldn't be in History of the World Part 1, but he could be in that.
Again, the funniest thing is that, Richard Pryor saying on the Tonight Show, I want to be in the Superman movie, is the original Simu Liu, Shang-Chi. Like
yeah, much, except that one actually turned out to be a pretty good movie, and Superman 3 sucks. But yeah, no, they're hawking all of these, throughout the year. Warner Brothers Entertainment will also, the 4K ones, and then they're going to do ones like Enter the Dragon, The Exorcist, stuff from the 70s, and also there's probably going to be obligatory movies from like 3 years ago that just got a 4K that they wanted to slap 100 on or something.
Yeah,
why would they? Why would they pick good ones? I mean, it's not like good people are running the company.
Yeah, and they'll probably do some Looney stuff, but some, which we'll talk about.
But not like putting stuff back on HBO Max. So
no. But speaking of, the next bullet point here, HBO Max will launch a dedicated programming page in late January with thematic and seasonal programming, and that they'll take it off every season.
This is like what Criterion Channel does, and they have actual like okay, February we showcase lots of great black filmmakers and black stories, and in March we talk about great women filmmakers and early feminist messages and things like that. And it feels a lot more obligatory when HBO Max does it. Like, here's Friday and X and New Jack City. Look, we tried. We really tried.
And again, the fact that HBO Max isn't probably gonna last the entire WB 100 year. They're gonna be around by the end of 2023.
The Discovery one.
Uh,
Which is also pretty unsettling.
yes.
Yeah. But yeah. The next bullet point, consumer products. Basically, what I was saying earlier. There's merch. There's lots and lots of merch. There's toys, collectibles, publishing retailers. A lot of their toy. Mattel is doing things. Funko 100th anniversary. Sports merch. Additionally, and this is important to us, a new line of products will be unveiled featuring the Looney Tunes, a cornerstone of Warner Brothers history. Such a cornerstone that they take half of it off the app and cancel all the movies dedicated to it. Taking center stage is the ultimate superfans dressed up as other legendary Warner Brothers characters from fan favorite franchises such as DC and Wizarding World. We've already seen the Scooby-Doo ones on the shelves. Mark, you ran into some recently.
Yes. I was at a local mall, and I was to buy a Hot Topic, and I was like, I'm just gonna see if they have it, cause I never hit Funkos when it's hot, So I walk in and I see the Daffy one. It's a Daffy dressed up as Shaggy, and okay, folks, like 75% of this Scooby-Doo Looney Tunes Funko line isn't really interesting to me. It's just look, it's the characters, but they have the clothes of the Scooby-Doo gang. Here's Bugs and the Mystery Machine. Isn't that quirky? I'm like, yeah, whatever. The one that really impressed me was Taz. Because
Taz is Scooby. That's pretty cool.
Taz is Scooby. And he's surrounded, because he spins. His spinning tornado are the Scooby-Doo collars. It's the Scooby-Doo collars. And immediately I went, because it's creative. There's effort there. I'm like, I wonder if they have it. And I saw they had the Shaggy Daffy one. I went, they don't. There's no way they have it. Wow. Canned bread. I mean, wow.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. There's Taz Scooby, and I merely bought it because I'm a child.
Yeah. I'm intrigued as to some of the other future ones with other projects. As I mentioned the Wizarding World in here, and I kind of want them to do like a Bugs in it's like a Bugs Harry Potter character one, because I know that having a cross-dressing rabbit in a Hogwarts robe would make J.K. Rowling self-destruct. Awkward pauses.
Yeah, so I mean, my thing is for DC, because as we are well aware, the Green Lantern exists. Warner Bros. Has acknowledged it before in the video game. So listen, if they release a Daffy Duck as the Green Lantern Funko, I may have to go for that one too, honestly, only because
we may get Super Rabbit, honestly.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, Super Rabbits. Let's see. Who would be Daffy Duck? No. Daffy would be Green Lantern. Who would be Batman? Someone has to be Batman. Taz could be
Sylvester?
Batman. So
Taz could be
Sylvester.
Batman. Yeah, Sylvester.
No,
I'm Batman.
Yeah. I am the fierce that lasts in the night. What?
He's Catman, and then Adam West sues him from beyond the grave. TV's Adam West. Genius. Okay. Experiences. Yeah, a lot of the other stuff is just like, and this press release is just sort of like, okay, there's other things we're doing, and it'll make no difference to you except if you live in LA. Like, okay, there's these concerts, there's a film festival in Hollywood. Where else? With somewhere where people that are poor live? No, LA. And all of these things. Limited engagement. Okay, there's the other something decent. Limited engagement theatrical screenings of some of Warner Brothers' most popular film titles throughout its history. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good safe bet. I hope they just pick some good ones as opposed to the same ones they already do in like the Fathom events things.
Oh look! Oh goody! Casablanca again.
Yep.
I mean, I think it goes without saying, a Looney Tunes film festival would be nice. You know?
Yeah, or a Looney Tunes film thing that actually acknowledges the existence of Looney Bugs Bunny movie and 1001 Rabbit Tales, unlike this DVD set they're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. The other thing, museum exhibits, commemorative screenings as the Warner Brothers Theater and Smithsonian Museum of Natural History, hotel things. They're adding things to the studio tour in Hollywood. I have been on that studio tour. I don't think, they're going out of their way to say, 100. It's like, just do the tour, man. Just go past the exterior of the building for pushing daisies and do your thing and be done with it.
Yeah, I think Jonathan actually went, because he lives in the LA area. He actually went on the tour. And,
yeah, cool.
Yep, there's some good stuff there. I think there's like sales of classic Looney Tune moments and like stuff you can buy, which like cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
When I went, and this was like 12, 13 years ago, they had like a garage full of all the actual cars that were used in these movies, and they had some of the costumes in a giant not warehouse, but a giant room with all the costumes. And I think the coolest ones at that point were some of the ones from The Dark Knight, from some of the Harry Potter movies and things like that. So like maybe they've refurbished those and have some really classic ones hanging around there. So, and then some other things in the, I think it pretty much peters out after then the press release. But
yeah,
they're really going to be doing
their social media is going to be interactive. Gee, I wonder if the Looney Tunes Twitter account is going to actually tweet actual Looney Tunes news for once. One could hope.
Nope.
Hey, a bunch of Looney Tunes cartoons just disappeared. You gonna say anything about that? Nah.
Nope.
But like, I follow you on Twitter because like clearly one of Looney Tunes news. You're not gonna say anything about that? No. I'm just a hopeless.
I don't feel like it.
SpongeBob reference number 2 now? 3?
We've been doing a lot in this one, honestly. But yeah, Warner Brothers is gonna give it the old college try this year, and it's very ironic to be in the midst of a centennial year while the product and brand is imploding. And I don't think David Zaslav is going to put a lot of effort into it because he's trying more to run Discovery more than he's trying to run Warner Brothers, and in doing so he's imploding Warner Brothers and making all of Warner Brothers' fans really angry at him. And he doesn't seem to care about that, because what do rich people even care about what the underlings of the universe even think about? So I don't know how successful this 100-year thing is going to be. I don't know if there's going to be anything from it that's really going to make a difference, but maybe y'all get some shiny stuff out of it. Who knows? I'm sorry if this is a bleak one so far to all of those listening.
Do we want to discuss more about HBO Max, or shall we move on to more positive, uplifting Looney Tunes news?
Well, we've touched on the HBO Max stuff. I mean, there's not much to say about the whole HBO Max taking off the shorts thing, other than the fact that it makes us angry. They're gonna keep doing silly decisions like that, and it's gonna keep infuriating people. And it's gonna be like the next straw, and then the next straw, and then nothing's going to be done.
I mean, let's be real. I think the big thing is eventually Dave is going to be like, do we really need Friends? And then...
imagine when that happens.
Oh my god. Then
I don't think he'd even do that, because that's one of their money makers, honestly. Because they had the reunion and everything, and I don't think Zaslav would really do that. But then again, he is dumb, so maybe he will.
Oh man, and it just also it's kind of a funny thing is that lately I haven't had access to HBO Max just because it's tied to my cable plan, and there's been some shenanigans with my cable, so I really haven't been missing much. It seems like at the perfect time the world went, Mark, you don't need HBO Max right now. Let's have him hurt a little bit here.
Honestly, I haven't even used it in a while. I'm just sort of like, it's it's fine. It is what it is. But I'm I have regular like I just use cable. Like I needed to watch the menu and I just watched it on cable rather than actually using HBO Max. And it sucks because Strange Days, one of my favorite movies, just got added to HBO Max. People are going crazy about that, and I'm not even rushing to. I have it on DVD. I don't need to use HBO Max for that. So like it's not like I'm crossing a picket line or anything, but it's just if you're gonna keep taking things off that I care about, then I'm not gonna exactly be rushing to use you. I've got
Yeah.
the Criterion channel.
Yeah. And I tweeted this in an angry fit of rage because everyone's like, "Oh, what does the Looney Tunes podcast think about this?" I actually went like, "Listen, we're fine. We're fine." If HBO Max goes away tomorrow, well, hold on. No, well, there is that one, those couple episodes we're planning on doing that involves HBO Max. But besides those,
but it's stuff that's not going to be leaving anytime soon because there's still more to put on.
yeah.
But it's fine. What was that happier topic that you were referring to?
Oh, the happier topic was, you referred to it earlier, but some Looney Tunes news. Because there actually is some Looney Tunes news to talk about on this Looney Tunes live stream. Hosted by Looney Tunes fans, called That's Not Quite All, Folks. So Looney Tunes, nope, I'm not doing it again. I'm not.
Not again. That that was last week's episode.
That was last week. So we got some Looney news here, mostly up from the home media department. Thanks to I saw in the chat. Oh, by the way, hi guys, hi. Thank you, chat, for actually people. Yes. Yeah. So thank you to Sam from Samuel Adams, the beer. I mean,
the man, not the beer.
The man, not the beer, for giving us information because apparently from some like studio making like a company that Warner Brothers hired to help make DVDs for their 100th anniversary. It was like, hey, here's some leaks, here's some stuff that's probably gonna happen. Cool. And the first thing here announced was a Looney Tunes 10 film collection.
Yeah.
Now, as a show that's covered more than 10 films in the Looney Tunes library, you just gotta get your head spinning. Like, oh my god, like, what could this be? Could it be like every single Looney Tunes film made in existence? And ideally, yes. You'd want that to happen.
But, they don't work like that.
No, it does not. Because instead what we got, and I'm going to see if I can pull this photo up live while I'm doing it. It's probably going to crash the system, but let's see what happens.
Oh. Do we risk it?
Do I dare? Do we dare risk it? Okay.
Basically what they did was they emphasized more of the recent ones, like I think Baham Duck was in there, and the Rabbit's Run, and
there it is. There
and
it is.
They missed two of the originals. They missed Looney Bugs Bunny movie, and they missed 1001 Rabbit Tales, which is weird because they have Fantastic Island, which sucks. And
yeah, so this,
thankfully they do have Quackbusters, but
I got it up here on the screen. By the way, it's the Bugs Bunny Video Guide. That's the Facebook channel that covers all this stuff. So I got right here. I will say, having Space Jam, A New Legacy, and Back in Action in the same set, that's a good idea. I like that because they're the big theatrical ones, especially with Back in Action. Yes, Cody, King Tweety is in there. We'll get to that movie eventually. But
we still haven't seen it. I know you didn't like it, but we probably won't either.
Yeah, but like it's nice to see Looney Tunes Back in Action get up to date DVD releases. These are going to be the DVDs that are already out there, just repackaged.
Oh yeah, clearly. They're not going to put effort in.
Yeah, like these are the movies that like these exist already. You know, the Looney Tunes
If they were,
collection.
I mean, look, if they really wanted to do something, they'd actually do like they'd make Blu-rays for them, or they'd actually include stuff. But they're not going to do that because, contrary to what they said before, this isn't a priority for them.
No, and again, there are some in here that's like, okay, that's the best way that I could put it, the only silver lining I could think of is that at least it represents that the Looney Tunes have always been around and always will continue to be around. Because you got stuff from the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s and the 2010s and the 2020s even. And that's good. But why is that's the only reason why Rabbit's Run is here. That's the only reason why, frankly, King Tweety is here. Like, the fact that the most recent DVD release of the two of them that aren't here, which is Looney and the Bugs Bunny movie and 1001 Rabbit Tales, even though we weren't too hot on 1001 Rabbit Tales, still, like, it's like, okay, like, we already released those two on DVD, but they're on a Looney Tunes movie collection that came out in 2004. Or even earlier. I mean, thankfully I have it, but it's a thing where it's like, really, that's the only way to get these on DVD, which means they haven't. I mean, yes, they've been remastered, but you know, they haven't been like even more properly remastered. Maybe give it an HD remaster, but no.
Yeah, that's really not great because you know you want these to be accessible, and I mean they're rarely on streaming. And you know
they're not on streaming from day one. So. From day one on HBO Max. The one thing that we said, I gotta put the 5 Looney Tunes animated films from the 70s and 80s on your service. No,
they still haven't.
They still haven't. They've never have.
Jesus. Yeah, no. They're gonna do them, but at least you got other ways of getting them on physical media because that's really the way to go here on out, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, at least they're still doing things for the brand. At least they're still putting out DVDs, and I mean, Blu-rays are probably more accessible. But, you know, DVDs and things for people to own, but you know, it's not ideal.
Yeah. And the other thing that was announced or leaked or whatever is something called, and this is something that's actually interesting. It is going to be a Blu-ray called the Looney Tunes Collector's Collection or something like that. I believe that's right. And there was no information
Collector's Collection.
Yes. Or I think it's called like Collector's Choice or something.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yes, the Collector's Choice, which that's interesting if they put effort in, you know? That'd be nice if it's...
They haven't.
But, you know, it's funny because, you know, for years, we've been saying our Going Collection episode. I don't have a reason to get any new Looney Tunes shorts on home media because I have the best version of it on DVD. But also I can admit that, well, if it's in a higher quality than the ones I have, and if there's enough stuff in it to warrant it, then I wouldn't be against buying like a Blu-ray Looney Tunes set that may have a couple of double dipping in my collection.
Yeah. I mean, I have one of the Platinum collections they started doing on Blu-ray back in the day, but it probably has a lot of the same stuff that were on the Golden collections, which is why I haven't really utilized it very much or gotten other versions. So if this is supposed to be a collector's, I mean, is this, I forget, has the listings for the shorts come out for this one yet?
It has not. Nothing has come out about this. It's just, hey, it's a thing that they're gonna do, and that's it.
Yeah, so with Collector's Choice, it would be nice if they got some of the ones that weren't readily available on physical media, some of the ones that maybe were on HBO Max and remastered and were hard to find for a while. I don't know if that's what they're going to do because they have to be able to appeal to consumers and do what they think is necessary. And maybe the ones that we want might not be the ones that we get on there. So, I mean, it'd be nice if they did Beanstalk Bunny, but I don't know if they
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, the Beanstalk Bunny, or maybe like, I don't know, like some sort of like definitive Looney Tunes set, if that's even possible. Because it would be nice if, I mean, it would be kind of overkill in a way, but by this point, there are people who have some sort of Looney Tunes home media in their home. I like to
Yeah,
think. So it'll be nice to
I
put
hope.
this like for this Blu-ray set. It's like, okay, here's every single Golden Classic Looney Tunes cartoon you can think of, with new bonus features, with 10 or so classic cartoons deemed by people online who went, yeah, this should be on here, and drop
Yeah.
that for a good 40 dollars, and that's a pretty compelling deal.
I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, it may not satisfy everybody, and it may not even satisfy us, but hopefully it'll be a decent enough idea that sells well enough to keep Looney Tunes on physical media for the foreseeable future. Because if not, then what's the point?
That would be bad.
Yeah. All right. So what else
I
do we
have
have
one
on the
more.
docket?
I got one more piece of Looney stuff to talk about, and that is the big one, the one that actually got Looney Tunes fans happy and excited. That being Duck Dodgers getting a Blu-ray release.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Finally. That's at least because I think that was also part of the 100th anniversary thing. Like, hey, we're doing all these big things, and Duck Dodgers is one of them. And I think you saw a lot of outpouring from fans of the Looney Tunes and fans of that show. They're like, yes, this is what we need to do because if this kind of show is available on physical media, then people will realize that it was actually pretty good because it was.
Yeah, and again, thanks the same source. Thank you to the Bugs Bunny video guide here. Supposedly this is the cover they're going to use for the Blu-ray. And yes, Cody, Duck Dodgers. And looking at
Yes.
the cover here, it's a little cheap. It's not.
Yes.
It's obviously like clip art from the show matched together with the best way I could describe it is that it reminded me of a 2000s kids DVD, which on one hand it kind of
A little
is,
bit.
but on the other it's like.
Yeah.
What else is this set providing? Because yes, having Duck Dodgers on Blu-ray is a really good thing. I own 3 WB Complete Series Blu-rays on my shelf. They're pretty good quality
Mostly the Bruce
Blu-rays.
Timms.
Yes, most of the Bruce Timms. I got myself Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, and recent edition. It was funny, you're talking about the Warner Brother Archive. I have now the Warner Brother Archive release of Teen Titans, the complete series of that
Well,
show.
there you go. That's
And
awesome.
it is. And actually, it is cool because like each season is on one disc, so they got the entire
Oh,
seasons of the show in one, which is really cool.
that's cool.
What sucks though is that like one of the bonus. I think I put in the second season in, and the only bonus feature on that disc is a recap of season 1 of Teen Titans, which
Oh,
you
that's not
don't really
very impressive.
you don't really need that on a
Watch
freaking
Disc One.
yeah, exactly. But also,
Yeah.
I got the Blu-ray because so it's also on DVD, which you can
Yeah.
find at any store. But the Blu-ray has Trouble in Tokyo, has the movie,
Oh,
so automatically that makes
cool.
it a lot more. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah. So Duck Dodgers.
Yes.
As far as we know, in regards to bonus features, pretty sure this is just gonna be, because the show was previously released on DVD. So it's
Hmm.
probably going to be the same bonus features from that. Bob Bergen has already tweeted that like has been asked to do audio commentaries for the show, which
Oh. You have Bob at your disposal. Use him.
Yes.
Even though he's not crazy about watching his work, you still have him.
Yeah. I mean, if he's down to watch Duck Dodgers, let him.
Yeah. Just shows how
man.
much he appreciated his work on that one, I guess.
Yeah. See so far that's the big Looney news of the month. Nothing. Oh, so supposedly this set's gonna come out on March 28th.
Okay. And the end of the month of Mark. Very good.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's my little.
Yeah.
That's the most self-entitled running gag I think ever.
March. It's the month of Mark.
Because because my last name begins with an H, so it's like it's the month,
Yeah.
and I've hated my mission throughout my entire life to be like, this is mine. Is your birthday in March? No, but look at it. It's my name. It's like, okay.
It's you.
Self-entitled.
Yeah, I am
Rick.
Gary. Again.
Yes.
But we've kept that gag going, and so yes, the month of Mark will end with Duck Dodgers, and hopefully lots of people will buy it, and other Looney things other than Lunatics Unleashed will be released on physical media.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, and also a comment from Spider-Wrist. It'd be cool if they have the shorts in there. They probably will. I don't know.
Yeah.
Were the shorts previously released on a Duck Dodgers DVD set? In that case, probably yeah. I at the very least, I could see them putting the original short on there, because like that's essentially the pilot.
Attack of the Clones or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the original Chuck Jones short is essentially the pilot episode of the series.
Yeah. And also, it'd be nice to have them for any kids watching the new series who hadn't seen the originals for some odd reason. So, yeah, but hopefully they do a good job with that and isn't just a copy paste from the DVD, even though it probably could be and might be. But, hopefully they do something nice, and that starts a tradition of Looney shows getting quality Blu-ray and physical media releases, because we need those. It would be nice.
No matter what we think of them. I mean,
yes.
Like we made no mystery. Lunatics Unleashed is a crazy ass show, but so also part of me wants to go like, let's do a Blu-ray release of Lunatics Unleashed. Why not? Let's give it.
Yeah, enough people are into it that like they could use it maybe.
Yeah, or at the very least, I mean, I thought of this when they first dropped the W100 news. Release a Blu-ray of the ambulance stuff.
Yeah.
Do a Blu-ray of Pinky and the Brain and Pink and Animaniacs, especially Tiny Adventures.
Yes, please, because a lot of them are no longer on Hulu, so you might need to do that very soon.
Yeah, and like, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, Tasmania, I think just
that needs one.
I think like last year they got a new season release of like season 4 or something like that. It was some like we were like, oh, they finally put out the new Tasmania installment, which that's good. That's great, but that took them that long. Very odd that took them that long.
Well, Warner,
All right. So let's see. Yeah, we can go into this. All right. So as we said at the beginning of this show, this live stream, this monthly live stream where we're doing, is a part of our Patreon. You can give at patreon.com/that's not good old folks, or to type in the podcast title. We're probably the only result on there. And
and
so and something that like a lot of Patrons have is they have Patreon goals. Reach a certain amount, X will do Y. At least the patrons that we've given, it's like, if you
RMR,
like, we give this amount, and we'll eventually do commentaries for every single movie we ever look at, and
or we'll do something crazy, or whatever.
Now, we don't have those. We don't have any Patreon
No.
goals. So, right now, we're going to think some Patreon goals.
Great.
So let's think. So, right now, what would be the most sensible Patreon goal for us? Like, what's something that seems like, okay, this seems like a natural thing that we could probably do?
Um. Trying to think. Like because I'm trying to think what things we have an incentive to do that people would want us to do. I mean, one of those things was honestly cover Boys from Termite Terrace, which we did for a commentary on the Patreon.
Ah, yes.
But trying to think what. Oh, should Bugs Bunny Superstar be one?
Yes. Absolutely,
Okay.
because we have no plans to cover that as an episode, because documentaries
Yeah.
don't seem like they would be fun episodes. Just
No.
then Bob Clampett says da ba da ba ba. Then it cuts to Chuck Jones, who says none of that's true. Then Orson Welles
And then Bugs Bunny
shrugs
shuts down.
again. I mean, I do
Yeah,
think
that's
rather. Yeah, that's a good one. I think like it would be dirt simple. I think, but like a behind the scenes video,
Sure.
like how we make an episode. That's not quite all, folks.
Yeah. Or what
Which,
goes into one, or what
which
what the note-taking process is, and it'd be an easy one to do. But sure, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not fun. I think it's like something crazier.
Well, do we want like the craziest, or just something crazier than that?
So, I mean, there is one that we thought of on Messenger where like we do an episode of the show, but it's Hot Ones, or we do like a Hot Ones type episode.
Yeah. We do. We do an episode of the show while eating progressively spicy things. Or like I'll get a thing of wings or something, and we'll have to do the show while having more and more of them. That'd be pretty cool. Because Mark, how are you with spice again?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, cool. Because I'm great with it. So it might be boring, but either way.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, well, you're good with spice. Like, we need to think of like spicy foods. Okay, on. What's a flavor you don't like?
Well, I mean, like I won't go like wait. I mean, if we want to go like very close to the top of like something from B-Dubs or something from like if you want me to get like one of the hottest ones on that menu and then do this, then I might struggle with, but we could do it.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Also,
right. I'd cry. My ass would hate me.
Yes. That would just be at the very end of the episode. Just the music fades out. They just hear, oh, oh.
Just hear a distant sound of a toilet flush. And you would need to add that in.
A toilet exploding, sir. A toilet exploding.
Yes, exactly. We apologize, all of you who have full stomachs and now have to sit with that knowledge. Yeah, that's something we could do, I think. I have the craziest one, unless you have a tier in between them.
Video episodes, like I guess we could do that as a
yeah. Okay, I could keep my camera on. We could do that, and we just wouldn't have to. We just wouldn't do any needle drops, which I think is doable.
Yeah.
And I think that if it gets to like a really unreasonably good amount, then we do an episode where we cover at least 3 of the censored 11.
Yes, that's what we want. Yeah, that's the big one, because
and we'll go on the mood of, we know this is wrong. We are studying it as a relic of animation. We are studying if this works from the metric that it could have worked in 1930 something or 1940 something. We are not gonna, glorify these ideas. We'll do the Whoopi thing. None of these things were all right then, and they're not wrong right today. Also, I love Porky. Just things like that.
Yes, and my biggest, honestly, my biggest fear of watching Central 11 is like
Kim.
What?
Liking them?
Yeah, cause it's like they were written by competently made cartoon makers. It sounded like each of these shorts were made when they were in a really bad mood. You know, like, oh, I'm in a really bad and racial mood. I'm gonna
Yeah.
write up a terrible, like, no, it's like there's
I'm
a
in a
very high
foul mood. Let's slag
possibility.
off Native Americans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
You know, just like there may be some jokes in them. I'm like, fuck, damn it,
hmm.
that's kind of funny. Shit.
Yeah. I don't think that'll. I
Boy.
don't think we'll actually like grow on liking them. But
Oh
I
no,
mean,
no,
again,
no, no.
from an animation standpoint, I think they're important to cover because it's how things were then.
And we have a comment here from Samuel Adams who says,
Mm.
"Are we gonna do an episode on buddy focus shorts as a Patreon goal? Maybe over 1,000."
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I forget. Did you already have a buddy episode as one of the ones we might be doing in the future, or did you just X that
Oh
out due to
no,
lack of
no,
want? All right, we can make that a
no.
Patreon goal.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, actually, no. We do an episode for Patreon called the Looney Rejects or the
Mm.
All American Looney Rejects or
Yes,
something like that.
exactly.
And it's just
Cool.
like it's like a Max and X short and a Buddy short and a Beans cartoon. And we just go like,
Yeah, all the people
oh,
that they didn't like.
yeah. Cause that's the best thing about I haven't got a hunt. It's like, oh, Porky Pig got his start here, but also it's like, yes, and all
Yeah.
of these other animals got their end here.
Yes. Beans the
Congratulations.
cat.
Congratulations, you all made it to color. Half of you go over there. Porky, you stay here. It's
Yeah.
like it's like the SNL sketch where what was it, like the office is on fire and Lauren has to
And Lauren
take
comes
really
in and
fix
saves
them.
Lovitz and lets the rest of them die. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man.
Mm. But
Let's
yeah, we
see,
could do that as well, I think.
yeah, just what else could we possibly do as like a if we
surprise
hit
Tom and Jerry episode? No, that's something we'd like to do.
yeah, that actually would be fun.
Because I actually like Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
we cover some of the Chuck Jones Tom and Jerry cartoons.
yeah, we can do that.
Maybe we do that.
Also goes out saying if we hit $5,000, we quit our jobs and move to Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, we say so long, suckers. And I finally get that apartment in Williamsburg, Brooklyn that I've been dreaming of.
You'll never make it to Brooklyn.
You're right. At this rate, I won't. But yeah, no, I mean, hopefully that gives you guys some incentive to support us because we love doing this and we I care more about stuff like this than I do about my actual jobs sometimes.
Oh
So,
my god, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely that.
Yeah. Because I like doing it and it makes me laugh. So yeah.
All right, so let's go on to the next fun topic here. It's like a little game we're gonna play here
Cool.
called Guess the Plot.
Yes.
So, thanks to Twitter user Termite Terrence Club for tweeting this out about a couple weeks ago. So yeah, so he's really like, oh, by the way, because according to how they get shorts made essentially is like, okay, we finish the short and then we send it off to some license or like how do they get the information across? And and apparently this information is widely available. So Termite Terrence Club one day was like, hey, here's the titles that are probably going to be the final Looney Tunes cartoons because as announced, they've hit their 1,000-minute goal with the Looney Tunes cartoons. So eventually when Warner Brothers feels like it, they're gonna release them to the wild, and we're gonna know exactly what these cartoons are all about. But we don't know what those are yet. We only have the
Right.
titles. And some of these titles are so wild and so crazy that just guessing what the plot could be a lot of fun. So that's what we're going to do right now.
Right. So, okay, because some of these are like, okay, kind of sensible. All right. Garage Carnage.
The first one we have here is Garage Carnage. If I
Yeah.
had to guess, this one is probably like Elmer is working on his hot rod, but then Bugs comes in and chaos ensues.
Right. Exactly. And I think it ends with Elmer being turned into a car and something horrifying. I don't know. It's something that these Looney Tunes cartoons would do. The one in this episode that I think I have to tell this story. I have to
Yes.
tell this story now.
Okay.
So this is like a week and a half ago, and Mark is bringing some of these titles to my attention, and he sends me Eyes Wide Fudd, and I immediately am like, oh god, it's just a Kubrick film, but with Bugs and Elmer, and so I record a message of Elmer and Bugs doing the final lines of that movie, which
Wait,
is
hold
a
on.
very
And because I can actually pull it up right now. One sec.
oh god.
I can actually pull it up because this is the next step.
But I record this, and because I've seen Eyes Wide Shut, and it's a fairly good movie, and I'm like, okay, that's ridiculous, and so I record that. And do you have it ready, or should I stall, because it's important that they understand
Yes,
what
it's
it
very
is
important that they know
first
what it is. I just
before I tell you what happened to it.
no, it'd be easier if I just search. Okay, here we go. All right, so don't speak. This should work. Okay, and
There's something very important we need to do as soon as possible. Yeah, what's that? Fuck.
So hopefully
yeah.
that worked.
According to audio, it said it did. So yeah.
Okay. So that's what I sent, and the thing is that I thought I had sent it to Mark.
Oh.
I didn't.
What?
I sent it to I did eventually, but the person who I accidentally sent it to was this girl that I am trying to get with.
Oh no.
And she and I are very, very good friends, and like I've said worse things to her, like, you know, or more lewd things to her, but like I send her that, and immediately I am like, wait, shit. So I'm typing, no, that was for Mark. I meant that for Mark. And to this day, she keeps sending me. She thinks it's the funniest fucking thing ever, and she keeps sending me the picture of Bugs in drag trying to seduce Elmer from the Hunting trilogy, and I'm like, this has embarrassed me. You ruined me, and I'm like, and she just thinks it's hysterical. So much for
fantastic. That's fantastic.
So now you all know my pain.
Oh, I did not know that.
I could have sworn I told you, or maybe I was saving it for this. But yeah.
Oh so, man. Oh my.
Eyes
goodness.
Wide Fudd. Yeah. So yeah, that one's clearly a Kubrick film.
I mean, listen, they've electrocuted Fudd. Now it's time to fuck him.
Yeah, mask orgy. You know, that's what that one's gonna be.
Woohoo!
Yes. Okay, the next one, Live in the Daydream. I think that's a Ralph Phillips one.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. That is something that they confirmed that Ralph Phillips will be coming back. So yeah, very nice of Ralph Phillips to come back. Hopefully it's funny.
Yeah. Fake It Till You Bake It. I think that's like it's, I think, a Daffy Porky cartoon, but it's like on one of those baking shows where things go horribly wrong.
To have like Nicole Byer come in to actually be the host.
I mean, they could get her, honestly. So
yeah. Let's see, a funny book bunny. If I had to guess, maybe Elmer Fudd is doing stand-up comedy, and Bugs is heckling him, and there's just this battle between Elmer and Bugs on who could be the funnier stand-up.
I mean,
And
I'm not, yeah. The optimal word for me in that one is book. I thought it was like, okay, Elmer's on a book tour and Bugs is annoying the hell out of him.
Yeah, so like they're doing the stand-up comedy back and forth, and who comes in at the end to settle the
Michael
score?
Richards.
But Michael Richards. Out of my way.
I'll say I'm fine with that word.
Oh boy.
Okay. Kitty Crashers. It's a Sylvester and Tweety cartoon, probably.
Okay, yeah, cool, whatever.
Yeah. Birthday grifts. Somebody steals something for someone's birthday. I'm not sure who yet.
Yeah. Just I would think that'd be like a Daffy and Porky cartoon.
Well, there's another Porky one in this one anyway. Porky's Tubbo.
Ah, true. Yeah.
Which something happens with a bathtub.
Yeah, which
these aren't very original.
But also, I was like, Porky's Tub. That sounds like a 1940s short. Porky's
does.
Tub. Porky's Pooch. Porky's Polygram.
Porky's. I don't
Porky's
know.
Prostate.
Porky's 2. Oregon Fail. That's got to be a Yosemite Sam and Bugs cartoon.
Oh,
where it's it's this history of the Oregon Trail and some old timey stuff, and maybe Sam dies of dysentery.
He life's a beach. That could be anything.
It could be anything. It ends with somebody getting eaten by sharks.
Yeah. See, Pearl of My Dreams. Pearl of My Dreams.
Mr. Krabs' daughter falls in love. Oh wait.
Wrong franchise.
Damn.
Pearl of My.
I don't know.
It's the sequel to the Bugs Bunny sequence from My Dream Is Yours.
Yes. Exactly. It's Doris Day.
Doris Day in the AI flesh.
Sure. Mecha Mess, something with robots. Sylvester hires a mechanical like Mecha Gojira cat to get Tweety. Spiders will like that one.
Oh yeah, it's favorite short.
Yeah. Skyscraper Scrap. What if that's a Mark Anthony and Pussyfoot cartoon, and it's the reparation for the not very good Skyscraper one we watched?
Huh. Oh, that's right. Oh shit. Well, I forgot about that one. Holy hell! Right? Yeah. Well, you know what? It's been a while since we've had a good skyscraper-oriented cartoon.
Yeah, those are cool. I don't know what the devil in... Oh, it's probably Taz. The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea is probably a Taz one, where he's underwater.
With George Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good cover.
Crumb.
It's a really good cover.
It is. It's a very good cover. Crumb and Get It.
The Badfinger story.
Yeah. There's something with I don't know, something with crumbs. It's
so here's mentioning. Here we have a construction obstruction. That also could be. I think that's more of a construction type cartoon.
I think that it's Yosemite Sam being a construction worker near Bugs' house and in Bugs' hole, and hilarity ensues. Okay. Although the next one, Yosemite Samurai. First of all, great title. Yeah.
Writes itself. Yosemite Sam goes.
It's a remake of The Last Samurai, but with Yosemite Sam in the Tom Cruise role.
Let's see. Dummies in the Dark.
Yeah, that's a Daffy and Porky cartoon.
Okay. Let's see. Paint rent. That's just wet painters, but with like Porky and Daffy, probably.
Gotta be. Yeah. Nest Effort is clearly a Tweety and
That's a
Sylvester
Tweety cartoon.
where maybe Tweety's trying to get a new nest and Sylvester keeps blowing them all up.
Feather of the
Again,
Bride. Now here's a funny thing
Tweety's
about this
getting
one.
married.
Clearly, it's a Tweety cartoon. There's also a Chuck Jones era a short called Father of the Bird, if I'm not mistaken. So that's
I think so,
interesting.
yeah.
How there's two Looney Tunes cartoons from different eras that take on Father of the Bride. Both of them that came out when the Father of the Bride movie was out. Hey, remember the Andy Garcia? Was it Andy Garcia who's in that one?
I
The
think
Father of
so,
the
yeah.
Bride remake that nobody watched because it was on HBO Max. But
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go. Poolside Pest. I don't know. Porky's trying to enjoy his new pool, and Daffy keeps ruining everything.
See, Bullseye Bunny.
Billy for Bugs too.
Yeah. Bullet for Bugs too. The Bulls come for revenge, except this time it's to play darts.
Bored to death.
Oh
I don't
goody!
know.
How are they gonna kill Elmer in this one?
I'm actually going to say something crazy, in that the Winter Hungerland is not only a Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon, but it's one that makes up for the Chuck Jones winter one from the Christmas special.
Yeah, that could work. I think this right here, Tweet Sweet and Dessert Menu. They're either both Tweet and Sylvester cartoons, or
No, Desert Menu.
Or-
That's his Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
yeah. Okay, yep, never mind. Yeah, Tweet Sweet. I mean, maybe like Tweet Sweet is like, Tweety's in like a penthouse getting room service, and Sylvester pretends to be the room service for Tweety Sweet as he
That's cool.
tries to eat him.
It's like Canary Row again, and I like that one a lot. Even though those people never got out of that fire in the building.
No, may their ashes continue to burn.
Yeah. Boardwalk Bunny. He's in AC.
Yeah, he's chilling over
Atlantic City, for those of you not in Jersey.
Catfished. Ha.
Oh no. Sylvester gets eaten by a shark.
Or I'm just thinking, like maybe Sylvester actually does try to catfish Tweety, sets up a dating profile
God.
and everything,
Starring
like-
Neve
and, like-
Schulman as himself.
exactly, like he's about to get the bird, and then like Liev Schulman shows up and go, "Excuse me, are you Tweety Fiesta 43?" Well,
No, that's Chris Hansen.
oh. Why don't you take a seat?
It's
No.
Catfishing to Catch a Predator. They're same show, really. Okay.
Essentially. All right. Abducted Bunny. Marvin the Martian Bugs Bunny
Marvin.
cartoon. Which,
Yeah.
hey, the last one we watched was really freaking good. So, but by all
It
means,
was.
do more Bugs and Marvin shorts. So
It
good.
was great.
All right.
Feline, Lucky, Tweety and Sylvester. Sylvester keeps something with luck. Sylvester keeps walking under superstitions and things. I don't know.
Let's see. I got a Prickly Pear. That could be a Roner Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Wile E. Coyote just accesses Acme's stock of dildos.
No. No. Acme doesn't make those.
Fine. Explosive
That's wrong.
dildos. Okay.
Oh, sure.
Because they have to blow up. There you go.
Wrong with the Wind. Antebellum era bugs. And Elmer. Sure.
That could work. Moody
Yeah.
at the movies. First of all, hell yeah, more Looney Tunes at the movie theater shorts is always a good
Yeah.
thing. Like that idea.
Moody.
Moody.
I don't know.
Which Looney
Daffy and
Tunes
Porky.
character seems the most bipolar? No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, and there's some possibly working titles here. Build-A-Lings.
I don't know.
No. Hell in a Hotel. That could
Daffy
be
Porky.
a new. No, actually, that could be a new. Well, no, they
Oh,
already
yeah.
did this, but they already did it in the Halloween special.
They could do another. Sylvester
Yeah,
and
okay.
Porky.
Yes, it's a perfect dude. Why not?
So yeah, those look pretty promising, and hopefully we did a good job in predicting some of them.
Yeah. All right. So, like we previously stated again, so this show is on Patreon, and we asked some of our patrons if they had any questions or topics they wanted to bring up.
Yes.
So, whoopsies. There we go. Full screen, like it should. So, we got some Patreon topics, so we're going to go through them right now. I took a screenshot of them. There they go. All right.
Mark versus technology.
Yes. Oh, it's my favorite thing. I love it when I'm trying to work with technology and technology doesn't work back. All right. So let's pardon. You know what? Let's do Samuel's first, because he's right here.
Cool.
So, hey Sam, what's up?
Yeah.
All right. So you got some questions, a lot of like good material for us here. By the way, Sam, so
yes.
Thank you so much. So
okay.
Want to read the first one?
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So he asks, what are some Looney Tunes releases you'd love to see Warner Brothers put out on home media for 100th anniversary that they haven't announced already? Sam himself says he wants a Back in Action Blu-ray release for those who didn't grab one. I'm down with that. They need to have a more in-depth home media thing for that one, because that one's having a lot more of a resurgence with fans. Any DVD Blu-ray release that has Beanstalk Bunny on it, amen to that. Warner Archive to reissue Lunatics Unleashed on DVD and the Looney Tunes Season 2 on DVD, or the complete series on Blu-ray. I'm fine with all of those ideas.
I think the Looney Tunes show gets a complete series release. I think
there'd be demand for it.
There's definitely a demand for it, and there's definitely people who are. It's that thing that keeps happening with HBO Max. I noticed this, because same thing happened with Strange Days, right? Like everyone got into Strange Days, and you tweeted, where the fuck were you guys? You were loving it years beforehand.
7 years ago, yeah. I think that they should do. First of all, they should do up-to-date media releases on all the movies that they're keeping doing on DVD, including the 2 they missed on this set. I think they should do some. I'm trying to think what else they really should do. Mostly just a lot of the shows that they should really be re-upping. And yeah, I'm with you on Back in Action. I think that one really needs something good.
Back in Action needs a 4K. Like, screw Blu-ray. Let's go to 4K. You know, Space Jam has a 4K. Yeah. Clearly, quality isn't.
Somebody should assemble the Joe Dante cut of that movie.
Ooh, that would be interesting. I mean,
yeah.
Wait, they had so many deleted scenes. They made a whole bonus feature joke about it. So clearly, there's something there. Like at the very least, animate the Batman opening they had, where it's like Daffy Duck as Batman, and it was
that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, I agree. Definitely, at the very least, a Blu-ray set of all 5 of the 70s and 80s films, because whether Warner Bros. Wants to admit it or not, or Looney Tunes history wants to admit it or not, they are a part of Looney Tunes history,
Yes.
and they deserve to be recognized as such. Quality,
Yeah.
yeah, quality wise, but these should be better preserved, because
Yeah, definitely.
it's outright that two of these films haven't had a release since 2004. That release is so old. There's footage. It has like the WB star. I brought this up in the episode, but it has a bonus feature of like the stars of today talking about the Looney Tunes, and it's like the WB cast from 2004, and also the
Yeah,
kid
there's
from Spy
TikTok
Kids.
stars older than these DVDs.
Yeah, oof. You're right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But on one TikTok star, I mean, TikTok stars talking about Looney Tunes would, no. If they tried to do something with TikTok, it would be terrible, because
it would blow up in their faces.
Yeah, because they would push too hard into Lola Bunny. Lola, we stand a queen. It's like, guys, calm down. You need to calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Another question that Sam has here: which of the following Looney productions is most likely to happen at this point? Tuned Out, Day of the Earth Blew Up, or Bye Bye Bunny? I think, honestly, of the three, I think Bye Bye Bunny has the most traction, the most people behind it. Same sort of, less so Day of the Earth Blew Up. But I think Bye Bye Bunny has the most likelihood of actually happening or being released somewhere, because they still, pretty much everybody behind it wanted to work on it and wanted to do something with it.
I mean, I would say The Day the Earth Blew Up, because that actually has animation already done, or at least in the process of being done, as shown at the Animation Festival last year. So I think also Tuned Out is dead.
Yeah, it's dead, Jim. It's not happening. It's been 5 years. Nothing.
Yeah, no way Tuned Out's happening. Which sucks, because like that was the first marketing pushes. I'm like, oh my god, you're doing like a Roger Rabbit thing with the Looney Tunes and Christopher Lloyd and Robert Zemeckis. That's my thing. But no. Which given the idea, because I believe it was like a man who's lost all hope, and not played by Christopher Lloyd, played by someone else, I believe. But Christopher Lloyd is, I think, his therapist or something.
Okay, sounds about right.
And the guy's thing is that he keeps seeing the Looney Tunes everywhere he goes. I think it was provide advice. And all I can think of, and it's not a good example. Remember the show Out of Jimmy's Head?
Yeah.
I feel like it was kind of
something like that, but crappy.
Something like that.
The Kerman's Head.
I guess like something like that, but like a little bit more higher quality and budget, but still, like, what are we doing here?
It's not a great idea. Yeah, that's maybe we're not missing much, honestly.
Yeah. But I would love Bye Bye Bunny to happen, because supposedly they love it so much that they like what was it? It's like they love the idea so much they've actually gone back and written more stuff for it. Like, oh, they want to do a full musical now and all this. And I mean, if it's good, we'd love to see it. We certainly love to cover it.
I mean, it'd be nice for them to release it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm as for who could possibly release it. Amazon Prime lately has had a lot of like Cartoon Network shows added to it, so I'm guessing either Prime or, and I know I said this, but it would be great, the Roku channel. The people are loving the Weird Al.
They had success last year.
Movie. They're loving the Weird Al movie. What better flex? It will actually fit the tone of the Weird Al movie than here's brand new Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
high quality Looney Tunes, not like Flash animated Looney Tunes that we get the rights to.
Yeah. And finally, Sam asks, what are some innovations you'd love to see in future live action animated hybrids? He would enjoy if they could attempt squash and stretch while simultaneously panning the camera, something cool like that. That could work. I would want the effort that made Roger Rabbit good put into a lot of the ones now, rather than just, okay, everything's on a green screen, you're pretending things that aren't there. Good luck. Like, actually like just plotting things in advance and actually making an effort to meld these two
Yeah.
and do something great.
Yeah, because add a sense of weight to it. That's the thing
Yeah.
with Space Jam and the way Willie Tunes back in action. The Willie Tunes back in action, they tried. Just have it be a little bit more real. Instead of just having a drop shadow on the layer that says Bugs Bunny,
Yeah.
actually animate the shadow. Actually work in the exposure of the frame. But that costs money, and
Yeah.
Warner Brothers doesn't have it. Though I will say, I mean, the Chip and Dale movie did a pretty good job, I think.
Oh yes. I liked a lot of things about that movie, and I think that should be an example that people really follow, other than aside from just Space Jam and New Legacy, or like some of the ones that aren't really trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much, Sam, for your topics.
Yeah.
Much, and we have. That's not all. We also have.
Folks.
Yes. Do. Awkward silence. Here we go. We also have some topics here from Andrew, who by the way, is in a country that gives in euros.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, people around the world are listening to our podcast. Yeah, that's pretty rad, actually.
It is. All right, so his topic suggestions are... Oh, he's from the UK, clearly. His first topic question here is, what cartoons, if any, from the UK do you enjoy?
Well, the thing is that a lot of the British television I watch isn't like cartoons, and I hate to say it because like I'm mostly watching panel shows, and your standard grade Mock the Week and Never Mind the Buzzcocks and QI and things like that. Also, by the way, I haven't shut up about this if you follow me on Twitter, but I watched The Traitors from UK last month. Incredible show. Did it better than the Americans. But in terms of like British cartoons, I haven't really kept up, or there haven't been that many on my radar.
Yeah, I haven't really, only because they haven't broadcast in the United States, really. Because
we get Canadian ones and not British ones.
Yeah, we have the Canadian ones, unfortunately. But if you have any like suggestions for shows that we would enjoy, Andrew, by all means, like send them over. Like we'll give them a watch.
Sure. And
all right, and
the other question. Sorry, you go.
Yes, the other question here is: Are reboots in general a good idea to keep characters fresh? Or are they just a cheap way to generate content? And he mentions that now Jellystone, from what he's read about it, seems to be quite a good idea. Where other rebooted shows go with heavy, cynical, or forced cringy characters. I wonder like what this is in reference to.
Yeah. Well, Jellystone at least is run by really talented people they want to make it fun for a new generation rather than just doing the Yogi Bear story. And I think Jellystone has done a lot right, and I like a lot of what they've done. But I also point to somebody like I don't know. I heard some things about the and this is old news by now, but the She-Ra reboot that completely revitalized it for the Gen Zers and millennials and gave it a queer edge, and shows like that can completely recontextualize the original concepts of shows in order to not only to appeal to new generations but make different, more meaningful art that holds up as well as the originals. Like it's easy to make something that's completely rehashed and redone for a new generation, like the new Powerpuff Girls or the 13 Titans Go. But it's harder to actually do something that isn't just the originals and makes a lot of sense in a completely different way than the originals or than a lot of the other things that people are used to. I mean, thankfully we are seeing not a lot of examples are escaping me at the moment because Velma is taking a lot of the discourse right now. But
I mean, I think a really good one is the Aaron Springer Mickey Mouse shorts that they made in
Yes,
the 2010s. I mean,
definitely.
so I watched the Mickey the story of a mouse documentary on Disney Plus, which talks about Mickey Mouse cartoons, and then on the same service, I can watch said Mickey Mouse cartoons. Go figure.
Yes.
Anyways, including the Aaron Springer ones. Anyways, so
Mhm.
they brought up how like in '06 they had a dilemma, which was that Mickey Mouse is boring, and they're like, that's kind of dumb. He is a good character. We've just through the past decades have had him be a mascot for years, so he has no personality, and
Yeah,
kids are losing touch with him. They prefer Donald or Goofy more than Mickey. So sure enough, they were able to get Aaron Springer involved, who did great on SpongeBob's first 3 seasons, and
yes,
they kind of gave him the keys and said, "Okay, do whatever you want with Mickey Mouse and friends. Nothing's off the table. Do whatever you like." And cut 2 years later, and it's that iteration of Mickey that has a ride at soon both Disney parks in the East and West
that's pretty
Coast.
incredible, actually.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic ride. I went on it. I went on it last year. Mind blowing effects. Just
Oh, cool.
loads and loads of fun. But yeah, like they did this revival of this classic cartoon character, and it's only led to success for a studio that frankly didn't really need it. They didn't really need to
Hmm.
do interesting Mickey Mouse tours, but they went, no,
They have,
we actually want to put effort into this, and they did.
yeah.
With Velma, now I haven't seen it. Jordan, have you
Neither have
seen
I,
it?
but everyone I've
Every
talked to hates it.
everyone and their mom hates it. All
Mm.
my homies hate the Velma. Um,
Yes.
and I mean, look, I get why, and there's valid reasons. It's like, oh, well, it's like only creatives can get their ideas across unless it's an IP driven show. It's like, oh, this is just a, a millennial hot topic show, but in order to get it across, they can't call it Daria, so it's Velma. Um, I don't care. To
Yeah.
be perfectly honest with you,
Right.
I never cared about this Velma thing. It's always been like,
No.
because like it's just another Scooby Doo product, and there's plenty of good ones and plenty of bad ones. You can look for the good ones easily, look for the bad ones just as easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
It'll exist, and I mean, it sucks that it's getting a second season when a lot of things on HBO Max are being canceled, but it'll exist, and it'll exist in its own little vacuum, and you can pay attention to it if you want, and I'm just
and
going to ignore it.
yeah, and then in 15 years they'll get a cult following, and like that's another thing too. And I
Fuck.
swear to God, it's so funny because this whole Velma discourse, it really just further exemplifies the fact that like social media is not reality. If you
Nope.
step outside and speak to any person, hey, did you hear about the Velma cartoon show? They'll be like, what are you talking about? I no, I have a job and a mortgage. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
There's
I don't
other
have
things that are more
time.
important.
They're much more important. And you know what? It's
Yeah.
so easy to just ignore things you don't like. For instance,
I do it all the time.
yeah, I don't pay attention to the Disney live action remakes, and my life is better because of it.
Yeah, don't
I
go on
don't
that rant
care.
you've gone on 3 times.
No, no, I won't. Oh, see, I'm not the
We're
person who goes
live.
on the rant. Exactly. Oh,
No,
yeah, that's right. Oh, I can go on a rant right now, and nothing can stop
no,
me.
no. I'm stopping
But
you. Um,
yes,
thank you, Andrew, for throwing those in. I hope that we did them justice.
okay. So that concludes our first That's
Yeah.
Not Gonna Folks After Dark live stream.
We hope you liked it.
Yes. Um. So this one's gonna be public for all of you to enjoy. The next one we do
Won't be.
next month won't be. So if you want access to these this fun little live stream, just hear us shoot just like it's a laid back. It's a very
Yeah.
laid back version of our show.
Yeah.
If you wanna donate, if you wanna join our Patreon, you get access to the show at $3 a month, as well as early access to episodes. And for $5 a month, you get some Swifty commentary tracks voted by the patrons. We still don't know what next month's commentary is going to be.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I have some fun ideas. Clearly, yeah, as you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. And next
Yes.
week we next week is a new episode of with I believe it's Charlie Dog, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Charlie Dog.
Yeah, Charlie
Correct.
Dog shorts. Those are two of them are perfectly fine. The third one we just
The third one we had fun with.
yeah, so much fun with.
Mamma
Oh, my-
mia.
Spaghetti. All right. So until next time, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jordan, and thank you for coming after dark with us. Now I'm gonna go and turn on the light. Good night.